Vincent. Sophia Soto with the Nerds of Color. So nice to speak with you, and thank you for taking the time.
Hi, Sophia.
First off, I want to say how excited I was to see you on my screen again as this character. I want to ask you, how long did you know about this return in advance? Did you know the full story of Hawkeye before coming on, or just your scenes? And how is it keeping that secret?
Well, I found out earlier this year that Kevin called me and asked me if I was interested in coming back, and of course I was, and that he wanted me to come and do Hawkeye. And you know, when it comes to the whole secret thing, it's you know, sometimes I know things and sometimes I don't, you know, and it's just like you have to, you know, the idea behind promoting these films and releasing these films is to keep as silent about their content as possible. And so the minute you're hired by them, you fall into that team of people that need to keep things quiet so that the film is released in a bigger, better way, and the fans get the excitement of wondering if it's going to happen, what is it going to be, and then when it's released. So, and then there's these like things that I actually just don't know. Like there's a lot about what's happening now that I truly just don't know. Like they don't tell me, and that's good for me. I don't mind, you know. So so, you know, so when the fans love what I do and they love and they want information and you want information and stuff like that, it's like, I would love to be able to say that I know all these wonderful things, but the truth is that I actually don't know anything. And what I do know, I can't say. So.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, you led us into our next question because I'm sure you've been asked all day about your final scene in the finale, and I'm not going to ask you really about that. What I'm going to ask you is, obviously, as soon as fans saw it, the theories started. Have you seen them? What is it like getting to read the fans' responses and seeing how invested they are in your character, especially?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so warm and wonderful. I mean, they treated me the same way after I did Daredevil years ago, and now they're doing it even more. I think because they've waited all this time, and me too, I guess. And yeah, it's a great thing. You know, it's like I had to walk away from Daredevil, you know, because they ended the show, and so, you know, my hopes are that I don't have to do that again. You know, that we continue, that we do some incredible stuff with Kingpin and the other characters of the MCU. And I want what the fans want, you know, and so does my daughter and my sons. So
exactly, that's the best.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to just throw canon and everything we know about Marvel out the window for a second. If you could just put Kingpin in any Marvel project that you are a fan of, who would you pick, you know, for Kingpin to interact with, and what would it be?
I mean, I can't pick just one. It has to be two.
Okay.
It has to be two because, you know, and if I'm going to say there has to be two, then there has to be three. Because when I was a kid, my Kingpin was in Punisher, he was in Daredevil, and he was in Spider. And so to me, when I did the research, when I originally started playing this character, that's what I based my character on. I based it on those runs and the art that was in those runs. And artists that drew him or painted him after that were also one of the biggest influences on just the art alone, rather than the actual events of each comic. But it would be those three characters. I have to say all three, because I think the fans would really love if Charlie and I got back together. And I just think that you can't, in my mind, you know, I don't know what Kevin has in mind or Marvel has in mind, you know, so to speak, but you can't continue Spider-Man without Kingpin.
Yes. Happy holidays, stay safe, and talk again soon. Thank you. Congrats.
Happy holidays to you too.